Hi there, today we're unboxing a CCTV system. So this particular system is by a company called SANSCO, and it's their upgraded power over Ethernet model. It supports 1080p resolution and it comes with 4 cameras. Each one is 2 megapixel, and the actual NVR that does the recording actually has a pre-installed 1 terabyte hard disk. So let's have a look at what comes in the packaging. So initially arrived like this in a brown box. I've already cut it open, and you've got 2 separate boxes within that. Okay, so I've laid out all the items you get in the packaging, so let me quickly go through them one by one. So initially you get a quick setup guide. So if I open that up, all in English, which is great. Okay, next we've got a CD, and this contains a detailed setup guide. Then we've got a power adapter, UK standard plug on there, and it's fused, if I can show, with a 3 amp fuse on there. And the actual power adapter itself, output is 15 volts, 3 amps, and the connection is just a standard sort of connection you'd have on many devices. That's good. Okay, then we've got an Ethernet cable. This is for connecting the NVR to your router. Okay, it's good it comes with that. We've got a cheapo mouse here, standard sort of thing they give with all the CCTV systems, just to be able to set it up. You're not going to be using it regularly. Once it's set up, that's it. Okay, 4 sets of cables, very large amount of cable in each one. And it's nice, it's color coded with the actual cameras, so that's quite nice. Okay, got a few small items here, so raw plugs, Allen key, and some fixtures for actually attaching it to a wall. And we've got the actual seal, which you'd use to connect outside to make sure the connection's watertight, so you don't get anything going into the actual Ethernet connector, which is here. Okay, next, let's go to the actual NVR. So not too heavy, which is nice. Let me quickly tell you the dimensions of that. So on here, you've got around 22 by 25.5, and the height is approximately 4. So quite compact. You've got no rubber pads or anything underneath. Okay, if you look around, you've got vents there, and obviously a few vents there. On the actual back of it, if I come in close, you've got an on-off button here. You've got a point where the power goes in, 4 connection points for the power of Ethernet cameras, and an uplink for, this is where you'd connect your router on one end and the other one here, just to give it internet connectivity. And then you've got a VGA port and a HD out, which is the HDMI cable connector. It doesn't come with either of those cables, and it's got 2 USB ports. Okay, if we come around the front, just show that. Okay, so we've got an infrared port point there, record, alarm, and power, and that's it. So there you go, that's quite nice and compact. Okay, let's have a look at one of the cameras. So very nice, compact actual design to it. In terms of dimensions, if I come up from the top, we've got the lip. So obviously it's slightly larger than the bottom bit. So that's about 9.5. And if I come in at the bottom, it's just a little bit under 9. Okay, so end to end. If I measure from here to there, we're saying about 18.5. And you can say the diameter is around 6.5. So there you go. Looks really nice. Build quality is good. Solid metal. And we've got a sort of sealing pad here. Okay, in terms of actually installing this, if we look at the back here, it can obviously be drilled into a soffit, for example, and you put this through and the cable goes straight in and everything else is hidden. or you could have it going like that into a separate box or even hanging somewhere. And as it's got a waterproof seal, then at least it's watertight. It's nothing to worry about. Or you could actually, what a lot of the professional installers do is actually have a waterproof IP rated box and actually get this part and the other part going into the box. So you know it's tightly sealed. Okay, so in terms of flexibility, obviously this is adjustable, and with the Allen key you can tighten it, and with this area here you can twist it as well. And once you've got it into position, you just tighten it up and it'll be locked. So let me just show you how you'd install it, like so, or like that. Okay, on the front, just briefly show that. There you go, obviously you've got the lens and infrared sensors on there. Okay, so there you go. Build quality seems really nice on this, and I like the fact that it's nice compact design to it. Okay, so next, let me show how to actually connect the cameras up with the actual waterproof seal. So when you connect it like so, it's all obviously open to the elements. So you get this seal obviously to protect it. Now, it comes in 4 parts. Let's go with the smallest bit, which is the rubber seal. That's quite a straightforward one. Goes straight over this part of the actual connector. Okay, the next part is here. We just drop that straight down over the connector, get the rubber seal here for the bottom and place that on like so. And then the actual cover here, if we slowly push it on, there you go, it's gone on. And then what we can do is just push the rubber part through here, and then that can be tightened up. And then when we connect the cameras, it's as simple as plugging it in, you hear a click, and then you can just tighten up like so, and then you just tighten the bottom seal. And there you go, a tight waterproof seal there. Okay, so next I'm going to show how to connect up the system. It's actually advisable to connect up the system in its entirety and test it out before you actually install, in case there's any faults. The last thing you need is to install it all and then find out 2 of the cameras aren't working, for instance. So let me show how to do that. So I'll take one of the bundles of cable. So this is the Ethernet cable for outside, and we'll plug one end into the camera. So that's pretty straightforward, click straight in. Then we'll take the NVR, and looking on the back, you've got 4 ports. Let's just plug it into the first one, like so. The Ethernet cable here that goes into your router, we'll just plug the other end into uplink, like so. And then this end will go into my router, and then your HDMI would go into there. Next, let's plug in the mouse to help configure it, and then the power adapter gets plugged in here. And literally that's it. All I need to do is plug in my HDMI cable, and then we're ready to power on. Then it's just a matter of plugging this in, and that's it. Okay, so I'm at my desk. 4 cameras are here. They're all connected to each of the reels of Ethernet, and then the other end of that is connected straight into the NVR. So if I show you the back of the NVR now, so obviously the power's gone in there, the 4 power of Ethernet connections, the connection to my routers here, and the HDMI cable, and the USB connection for the mouse, and the mouse is right here. So we're ready to go. So let me reposition the camera so it points to my monitor, and let's power this up. Okay, so the camera is now pointing at the monitor. I'm going to turn on the system. Just hear it turning on now. I can hear the disc spinning in the actual NVR. Let's give it a moment. There you go. Branding's appeared there. There you go. How easy was that? All 4 cameras are connected, and we're ready to go through the actual setup wizard. So if I click next. Okay, so initially the system Password is blank, so if I click OK, it should let me in. Yep. And if I go to configuration, let's change that to London. Okay, and we can leave the time and date as it is. Let's click on next. It says, please click retry to retest the network. So let's click retry. No good. So let's go to network and select DHCP. Click OK to that and retry again. Retry again. Let's keep trying. And there you go. Just keep trying a few times and eventually it will connect. Now the cameras in the background aren't showing anything, so they must be picking up a new IP address as well. So let's continue. And this is to install the actual mobile app. Okay, so with the QR code visible just there, what I can do, I can get my Android phone and either start up the QR reader like so to scan it in. There you go, it's grabbed it. So the app's called XMI. So you can either grab it by scanning it in, or you could go to the Play Store and let me just show. I type in XMI app and it's that one there. So you just want to install that next. Okay, so once you've installed the app, you just click open, let it start up. And I've already registered an account and I'm already using this. So you just got to register, and once you're in there, you're presented with this. So the next thing to do is click the plus sign here and scan in the serial number. So when I click next on the actual system there, I'll actually be given a QR code and I just need to scan that in. So let me do that right now. And we can name it test, and I'll click OK, and there you go, it's there. If I click on it and we do a start preview, buffering, and it's trying to connect. So let's come out of it for a second and we'll go back to it in a moment. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is select auto connected mode or manual mode. We're going to go for quick set, and it should pick up the cameras. So you see some additional ones here, and what it's actually doing, it's actually picking the ones that are on the network in my home at the moment, not the ones we want to connect to. So there you go. Now I've got the 4 cameras that are actually connected to the system being visible. I'll click next, and there you go, simple as that, and the system's up and running. You can see me using the mouse on this side, and in order to achieve halved storage, do you want to switch to H264 plus? So okay, let's turn it, you can turn it off, or you can just click OK and it's switched on. Modifying the parameters, need to restart the front end equipment. Do you want to continue? Okay to that, that's fine. Okay, so I've restarted the system manually, and once it's restarted, this is what we're presented with. So the wizard automatically starts up. If you don't want to see the wizard, obviously just click the box and it won't appear again. So let's just cancel out of this for now. Picture quality wise, this is one of the cameras on there. It's very good. Very clear, 1080p and 2 megapixel, as I've already said. If I double click that, you can see the 4 cameras, and if I use the mouse, I can flip between each one just to get a clearer picture. Let me just go between each one. Okay, now if I right click on there, you've got a menu option, and this is the selection you get: main menu, guide, quick set, record mode, playback, IPC parameters, PTZ control, high speed PTZ, color settings, output adjust, logout, and full screen. Now if I go to main menu, you're presented with a login dialog. Always advisable to set a password on these systems. This doesn't currently have a password, so I can just click OK. And let's go through the menu options we have here. So initially we've got record config, and with this you can set if you want it to consistently record, or record when it detects some motion, etc., or if there's an alarm. So at the moment, this is what it's set to, record on all. Okay, click on advanced. We can go back or just click cancel. Let's go to playback. And if I look here at the bottom, you can actually see camera 1 selected, and this is what's recorded so far. Okay, and I should just in theory be able to click here, and that's the footage that was recorded. Okay, let me click on the X in the corner here, back up, so you can actually back up the recordings on there, erase. Okay, cancel that. Let's cancel that one. Go to alarm, so motion detect. So at the moment it's not on, but if I click here, you can enable it, and you do it one at a time on each channel. So these are each of the channels, so 1, 2, 3, 4 for each of the cameras. If I select all, it will do it for all at the same time. And you can set which one you want to record. You can also set it to show a message if there's motion detection on the system. Also alert with a buzzer going off on the actual NVR. FTP upload as well, so if you had an FTP site, you could upload to there. It can send an email and write to the log. Okay, let's click on advanced. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so video blind. This is a situation where someone's covering up the camera and you can't see anything. So if you enable this, you can actually get it to buzz or show a message, send an email as well, and upload to an FTP site and write to the log. Okay, let's go back. Video loss, similar thing here. If you enable that, you can have the same options happening on this as well. Alarm input. Okay, details there about that. So you can enable it, and this is what will happen when the alarm goes. Okay, abnormality. For example, if there's no storage, this is what happens. If the storage device has an error or there's no storage left, this is what you can have happening as well. So that's good. I'd say just put it on buzzer so you're regularly alerted, or even an email would be useful. Okay, next thing is system. So general. So this is time zone, encode, details about the actual streams and the frame rate for them. So it's on the maximum frame rate, and resolution is 1080p. Okay, let's see the quality here. Take it even higher. Let's take it to the highest, and obviously the compression's ticked here. The extra stream is for the lower end resolutions, so what you're seeing here would be the extra stream, for example. So let's click OK to that. Network settings at the moment. Okay, so net service, some details there that you can set up, and just to show you've got cloud connectivity, it's connected. It's good to know, so I'll show that in a moment. Display, you can change the resolution, go for a lower one or a higher one if you wanted. So that's the display on your monitor. RS485 device, you can set details there. RS232 tour, so if you had a PTZ, you can enable the touring on it, so you can automatically move around. Digital, so digital channels, so you can go to each of the channels, or you can show all, and you can set details on each of them. Okay, channel status, there you go, all connected, and that's the stream quality you're getting, 1080p. Channel type, okay, so you got 4, and there's the other channel types. Okay, let's go back from there. Okay, next one is IPC parameter, and these are the parameters for each of the cameras, and you can adjust them as you want. Okay, let's click cancel again, and we'll click on advanced. So let's quickly shoot through these. So storage, that's confirmed your storage you have. Accounts, these are the accounts, and you can add more and delete. Online user, nothing in there. Output adjust, Okay, you can actually adjust the actual picture quality. Auto maintain, so auto reboot system at this time, and auto delete old files custom after a certain amount of days if you wanted. Okay, restore. Okay, factory defaults on these options. Upgrade, so this is to upgrade the firmware. Device info. Okay, import export. Let's go back. Got info here, hard disk info, BPS, so that's the actual connectivity you're getting on there, the log file telling you the activity, who's logged on and what it's doing, and this is where you see any of the alerts coming in if you've said you want it to be logged. Okay, version details there. And that's it. Other than that, you've just got logout. Okay, so now the system's fully set up. We can go to our mobile app now. And if I click on the cameras, like so, and it shows the red tick, and select Start Preview, there you go. The mobile app's working now. And this is quite straightforward to use as well. Obviously, you can flip to one camera if you wanted to. Flip to the 4. You can click on one. Go to full screen. If I turn it and hit HD, picture quality is really good on this. Again, you've got some options at the bottom. The main ones to show really is you can take a snapshot directly onto your mobile phone and take a recording straight onto your mobile as well. So if I stop that and I go back, that's the first side of it. And then the other side would be if I cut my Wi-Fi connection, go back again, and 4G's kicked in. And if I start a preview now, oh, let me go back. There you go. Connecting straight away, no need to open any ports on your router. So cloud-based login on this. Taking a while, obviously I have cut my Wi-Fi and initiated my 4G, so it will take a moment to connect to each one. There you go. Okay, so there you go, fully working, all 4 cameras are visible and 4G connection there. I just had to come out and go back into it. So that would be just clicking cancel on there and clicking Start Preview again. So simple as that, very simple to set up and use. Okay, so you've seen the unboxing and setup of this SANSCO CCTV system. Comes as a complete package, nothing in addition to Pi. The actual NVR, which is the recorder here, comes with a pre-installed 1 terabyte hard disk. The camera quality itself is really good, 1080p, 2 megapixel cameras on them, and all color coded as well. The cables, the cameras, and the waterproof seals you get, all the same color, which is black. In terms of usability, very simple to set up and configure. If you check out the description below, I've included a link to an additional video I've done showing the cameras, setup, and different viewing options. So there you go. Hope it's helped anyone thinking of purchasing. Additional links are in the description below showing where to purchase. Thanks for viewing, and don't forget to like and subscribe.